Did you see that?
And our first topic of the night, the Giants. And I kept telling everybody, the Giants would beat the Eagles. And that means they're going to win the NFC East. It didn't happen the last time they played the Eagles, but it happened this time. And I am even more certain now that it's going to happen. People are talking about the NFC East and all the combined wins and losses and how much we've just a disaster. And somebody's going to go
go 6
into the
10.
playoffs
Yeah, it's
with
6
like a
and
5 win record. It's going to be the Giants.
You're going to be 6 and 10. You're going to go to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be the weirdest shit ever. You're going to be like, what?
Yep.
What's going on?
But
it's possible. It's possible.
People are saying like, oh, see, nobody's saying Washington. But they're like, oh, yeah, man, the Eagles, I don't know. I guess the Cowboys can say, oh, look, what the fuck? No, not the Cowboys, the Giants. People, are you guys watching? They're now saying the Giants have a top 10 defense. And, like, if you looked at everything we did, and the biggest thing about our 2 wins, there was no turnovers. Yeah. Daniel Jones didn't do a fumble. He didn't do an interception. He's starting to really, you can see even when he's running, he has better ball protection. And that was the key. It was the key.
No turnovers.
And watch.
I think that's the key for a lot of games.
Yeah, it's the key for a lot of games. And the problem was the Giants didn't have that key yet, but we had a lot of other good things working.
Right.
And now we just beat the Eagles 27-17. Now we can talk about Carson Wentz and everything he did wrong and everything, but just real quick, props to the Giants. Good job, guys.
Nice.
But what do you think went wrong for the Eagles?
Man, if you watch that game, a lot of things went wrong. Like, just watch the snaps and Carson Wentz just not making the right decisions, and it just kept leading to what kind of game is that? It's like, jeez. It's like all these other divisional games you watch are just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nerve-wracking and stuff. But then it's like watching a train wreck go against another train wreck. And it was just like, oh, man. But, I mean, it was a good win. You guys did, you know, defensively. Yeah, you guys did stop Carson Wentz from doing anything. Which, I mean... Because then you could argue it's just Carson Wentz. But...
and what happened with that, right? So he has an MVP season. What, like 2-3 years, whatever it was, and they won the Super Bowl, and what the
exactly?
Like who?
Just like after that injury, he just wasn't. After that injury, he just wasn't the same, and it was kind of like
I don't even know if it was an injury. I think it was just a mindset of after Nick Foles took
over,
Bowl.
And then they took after Nick Foles took over, and then everybody was like saying because like all the reports and stuff they were saying they only won the Super Bowl because of Foles. And had it been Carson Wentz, it would have been different. And, maybe that could have been true, you know what I'm saying? But I think that kind of stuff definitely probably got into his head.
It must be a lot in his head because when he plays right now, I'm not seeing
it's not
anything close to MVP Carson Wentz. I'm seeing
it's different. Yeah.
Andy Dalton right now.
It's definitely the play style, is different. His mindset's different. It's just I think I don't know. Maybe they just didn't tune him to what they needed to.
Maybe
in Philadelphia, maybe they just steered him the wrong way, and now he's just like losing talent.
I don't know, but
it's always possible that shit happens like that. Sometimes
and then also you get put into a different system and it ends up bringing you back to life.
Right?
That's another thing.
Alex Smith.
Yeah.
But
that's another thing they were saying was that possibly the play calling, right? Because you had a good set of running backs, and it's just like you weren't even running the ball enough. It didn't even look like you were even trying to run the ball enough.
That could
be. But then
the
other issue, that's what people were saying. But then you got the reason why the Giants have a top 10 defense right now is because we're actually, I believe it was 6th in stopping the run. So it's just like maybe you could say, well, they didn't try hard enough because the runners were there, and you could still do the plays and see what happens. But maybe. Right. Maybe he knew he was going up against, the Giants and the
running, the stopping,
their ability to stop the run. But that's what I'm saying. Like there were a lot of things that went wrong and went weird. Maybe they should have ran the ball when they should have. Maybe they shouldn't have so many bad snaps.
I think that was another big thing. If you watch the game, it just didn't seem like anyone on the Eagles, their mind was really in the game. They're kind of just They didn't seem as focused as you think that team should.
It looks really messy.
I think that's the word it is. Too, yeah.
And you know what's funny? They looked that same way in the other game where they won, and nobody was saying it then because they won. But I was just like, they looked like a really messy team. Like they were like scrambling, and it just looked like a hot mess. Like even the scrambles just looked not like a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers scramble for sure, but like it just looked like they didn't
panic scramble.
Panic scramble. That's the word. It looked like a panic scramble. Like they really had no idea
anything
what
that they're trying to get like a play out of. They're just kind of just like, oh shit, I just gotta get out here.
Like hot potato. Here, you take the ball. Like that's what it looks like.
I mean, it could be, but yeah, definitely the change in, even the stats that Carson's putting up. It's just very different from just a few years ago when he was crowned pretty much almost. He was crowned MVP, wasn't he? No,
I don't know. He was having.
I don't think
he wasn't.
No, he wasn't crowned MVP.
He had an MVP like season, but he was not crowned.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was never MVP. It was just they were in talks of him being because he led the team to the Super Bowl. But I don't know, man. He just fell off, I guess.
Maybe he was. I don't remember, but whatever. But
I don't think he was ever MVP. I don't think so. I don't remember all the past MVPs, to be honest. Yeah. Besides the last two, which was Lamar Jackson and then Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. But who was MVP before that?
Don't remember. That's a good question.
I don't remember either. I don't remember keeping track of all the MVPs.
But
I know Cam Newton was at 1 year.
That was a long time ago.
I think that was like 2014 when they went to the Super Bowl, right? Yeah.
But the Giants. You know how remember I told you like the issue was they couldn't close. Yeah. They closed out the game. Yeah. They finally did it. They managed to close. And what I mean by that is they had a problem finishing games where they were in the lead. They clearly can win. Right. And then the time they need to even just get a field goal, they fail. They can't even get across the field. Or the time they didn't come up big on defense, they fail. They just can't. Right? And it's just like, come on, guys. You do all this work to win the game. That's it. In the last quarter, you can't finish it off. Yeah, the chance you have to close it before the other team gets the ball back, before
the momentum got killed,
grind time, the 2-minute warning passes, and this team is either going to win or they're going to lose. Like you just can't close out the deal, and that usually happens on both sides, right? Because if you don't do it on offense, you have the chance to do it on defense, but you should have did it on offense anyway, and still come up big on defense. And in this game, we did it. And it didn't happen quite in the fashion I wanted it to. Mm-hmm. We had the chance to score a touchdown and be 2 touchdowns ahead. And that would have been like, that's it. That's how you close the game. You get 2 touchdowns
how you're supposed to play the game.
And the defense will stop them. And if the defense doesn't, and they manage to score, come back and get another touchdown, they're more than likely not getting that other one with the amount of time left. So the idea is they almost did that. They got a field goal instead, put themselves 10 points up. Right. And I was like, you know what? I'll take it. But that's what I'm talking about right there. You almost messed that up too, right? You would have been 7 points up. They would have came back and scored and tied the game. Went into overtime. They would have got the ball first and scored a touchdown. We would have lost. That's what happens when you don't close games. So, like, you had the chance right there to close it out. You did it by making the field goal. But, I would have been so much happier. It would have given me so much more confidence had you not got the field goal. Right. And instead got the touchdown. I'm not saying, don't go for the kick and go for the touchdown instead, obviously. I'm saying, whatever you were doing the whole game, you should have been able to go get that touchdown. That would have gave me the confidence to say this team can close. But you know what? This is the time where they needed to close, and they did do it. They got 10 points up, so if the other team went and scored, they would still have to get another score of some sort, whether it would be a touchdown or a field goal. And it helped, and then the defense still came through, so it was good. Right. You did good, Giants. But
they got the win, so you got the win on that. Yep. So, yeah.
And
that's what matters.
Daniel Jones overall went 244 yards, got sacked 3 times, and he would have had 2 rushing touchdowns, but one of them got called back off of a penalty. But that would have been great. That would definitely have put us up on some points. But you know what? That wasn't his fault. He did good running the football. They got to respect that run. And I'm telling you, the Giants are, people, they just don't want to say that name. It's this underrated thing. No. The Giants are still weak. And I'm just you know what, they were, but they picked up the pace. And if you look at it this way, we almost beat the Buccaneers. And Buccaneers are slotted to be a really good team for the Super Bowl right now.
Right.
We almost beat them because we were great defensively, but we had the turnover problem. We fixed the turnover problem. We beat Washington. We come in and we beat the Eagles. Now we have some easy games up ahead. I think we can win, like against the Browns and the Bengals. I'm not to underestimate their new quarterback, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But we have what it takes to beat them. And then we have some hard matchups like the Seahawks, the Ravens, and whatnot. But if you look at what we did defensively against the Bucs, I think we can do that against these other teams. And we have against the Ravens, if we could get ahead of them, we know Lamar Jackson has a problem at that point. He has a problem.
He's even blaming his own offense now. And stuff
really?
Like yeah.
Well, we're gonna get into that.
Oh,
we're gonna get into that on the.
It's just like it's just not looking good.
Yeah.
It's like, oh jeez.
But that's it for the Giants, guys. I'm telling you, they're gonna win the division. NFC East belongs to the New York Giants.
You know what would be so crazy is if you guys do win the division and you're 6-10, and then you're in the playoffs and you're winning it too, and then you end up going to the Super Bowl 6-10. Like,
new record.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how crazy that would be? That would be insane. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, man, if anything comes out of this season that were just to weird anybody out, it'd definitely be a team going to the Super Bowl that came out like 6-10 or whatever.
For sure. And I just remember too, another game on our schedule was the Cardinals. So we have three really big matchups that everyone's gonna definitely slate us to lose. But watch, I'm telling you, watch this defense. Watch.
I mean, you just got to pick it up and just, fix all the mistakes. And
which it looks like is happening. So
yeah, so I mean, like, clearly something,
because that team really
something's
came
changed
together.
Something's changed
All
during
of a sudden.
practices.
Yeah.
So, yeah.